Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 8th edition of At Home with George. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And first of all, I would like to say to those who are celebrating Ramzan Mubarak or Ramadan Mubarak, and we're not celebrating it yet. I think tomorrow we start in Pakistan, but I think in the UK you have started Ramzan already. So Ramzan Mubarak or Ramadan Mubarak. I don't want to get into that because today this is obviously a very important period in Muslims' lives, and this is the start of the holy month of Ramzan and Ramadan. And it's also time for spiritual reflection. But I want to do a reflection of a different sort today because I want to talk about how we in Pakistan can support, honor, and celebrate our frontline workers. Okay, they are doing a very important job, saving lives in the corona pandemic, and I think it's only going to increase in the coming days, weeks, and months because we're seeing an upsurge in coronavirus cases in Pakistan, unfortunately. And I want to get your suggestions on how we can honor, celebrate, and support our frontline workers in Pakistan. So that is Aaj Hamara topic hai, and I would love to know your thoughts. Please, as always, you can write to me or you can join me in the comments section. I will send you the link. You'll have to you'll have to join me on Chrome browser or on a Firefox browser, but here is the link. I'm sharing it now, and we will get this going. So let me know what you think we can do to honor, celebrate, and support Hamara frontline health workers in Pakistan, because they are putting their lives at risk to make sure that we are as healthy as possible. And I think it's really important as at these kind of times when we are facing global catastrophe in terms of a pandemic, for countries to come together and unite. And what I've seen in the UK is that they have done this really spectacularly. And I want to share a little clip with you about the work that the UK are doing. So the UK are doing something, and they've been doing it for the last 5 weeks, which is on Thursdays, every Thursday, I think it's at 7 p.m. Everybody comes out on the street, out of their houses, and claps for carers. And I'm just going to share a little video for you to show you this, and we can take it from there. Okay, so here it is. This is what the they're doing. So just watch this. Let me just hold on. Where are we? I just need to make sure we're in the right mode. Yes, okay. Let's play this.
Once again means that people across the country are at their windows, front doors, even in the street, as you can see, applauding all those key workers who are working tirelessly to overcome COVID-19. We have cameras across the country. This is currently the image that we're seeing live from Sunderland, where, well, you can see that people are, nuns included, getting ready to celebrate the commitments and the efforts of our key workers who are doing everything that they can to help us get through this difficult period. We're in Belfast now, as you can see, the rainbow becoming the symbol of appreciation for the NHS. The clap for our carers, a bit of a tradition now, every Thursday evening during this lockdown period. The UK, of course, In its 5th week of lockdown, it was introduced on the 23rd of March. People coming together at 8 o'clock in the evening and not necessarily just clapping, also becoming enjoying themselves as well, which is lovely because, of course, there is a lockdown and only essential journeys are allowed. So people very much are staying within their homes in order to support the NHS in order to save lives. So the traditional Clap for Carers that's taking place at 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening, taking place here in the UK.
Oops, what's happened here? Don't know what's going on. Hold on, help, sorry. Hello, sorry about that. There was a technical problem there. Yeah, so that's what we're doing in the UK, and I was just wondering what we can do here in Pakistan to celebrate and support and honor our frontline workers. We have some guests on. Let's bring them in. Hi, Nizam, and hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, where are you guys calling from, Nizam?
I am from UAE.
Where are you guys calling from, Nizam?
Nowadays. Basically, I'm from Pakistan, Dera Ghazi Khan. Nowadays.
Okay. You're from Dera Ismail Khan?
No, not Dera Ismail Khan, Dera Ghazi Khan.
Dera Ghazi Khan, okay. And so, okay, so what do you think we can do to honor, celebrate, and support Hamara health workers in Pakistan? How can we show our support?
Actually, we have to give them respect, but this thing they need. Inshallah, we will overcome it.
We need to display that respect. We need to show that respect. So what can we do to... Oh, sorry, we've lost... sorry. We've lost... how are you? Hello? Hello? Could you put your... We're getting feedback. Okay, so let's go to the comments. We have Sumaira. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak, George. My daughter loved your show called George Kha Pakistan. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. So we're talking about salam, everybody. Hello, everybody. George, how are you? Yes, I'm good, thanks. This is interesting. Riaz Karimi says we can send greeting cards, flowers to carers, or if anyone goes to hospital, offer them a chocolate with thank you note. Yeah, I'm just thinking more something that everyone can do that doesn't require money necessarily, that just allows us to come together as a country, and I just wanted to know what we can do. It would be lovely if we could all come together as Sirif Ek Mulk. You know, we're not Punjabi, we're not Sindhi, we're not Pathan, we're not Balochi, we're not Urdu speaking, we are Sirif Ek Mulk hai. What can we do to come together as a country and show our support and our gratitude and our thanks to Hamara health workers? I would like to know. Okay, Ali, how are you, Ali?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
I can't
Can you hear me?
Actually, I was connected and all of a sudden my father called me and I can't hear you now.
Okay,
I'll
try.
just disconnect and I'll connect it back here.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Done. Okay. Okay, well, let's bring in Imran. Assalamu alaikum, Imran.
Hello. Walaikum salam. How are you, George?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हैं, Imran?
I'm fine. Do you remember me the last time we connected?
Yeah.
I'm from Hyderabad.
Yeah. So, Imran, I'm just asking, how can we honor and celebrate and support our health workers. Tika?
First thing, we should give them respect. We need to show our respect first. Second thing, whatever they instruct us, we need to follow them. We need to follow them strictly. Thirdly, I think we should give them honor the way we give to any VIP person. We should give them protocols. Uh,
But I'm
um,
I'm thinking something that we could that's all good, and I'm sure we all do that when we see them. But I think something that would unite the country, like this clapping for carers. You know, I just showed you the clapping for carers. Did you see that video that I showed? That they're doing
no,
in the UK. So they're doing in the UK. They're coming out. I think it's at 8 o'clock every night. On every Thursday, and they clap for carers. And it's everybody comes out on the street, and it's just a really wonderful way of the country uniting to say that and acknowledging the hard work and the dedication and the risk that Hamara health workers are doing in the UK, but also coming together as a nation and saying we will get through this. We will fight this. We will unite as a nation. And I think we need to do that. As Pakistanis, we need to do that. But thank you for your comments. I'm going to bring in Ali now, okay? So just stay. I'm going to bring in Ali. Hi, Ali. Can you hear me now?
Hi, George. Yes, I can hear you now, loud and perfect.
Where are you calling from, Ali?
Australia, I talked to you like, I think 3 days before.
Oh, yes, of course. You went in the car last time. You were
Yes.
You were at home. So how do you think we can celebrate? How do you think we can celebrate and support our frontline workers in Pakistan?
So firstly, I would say that you know, the best thing to do is probably just respect them at any cost. Like, there was some news before previously that some of the medical professionals were not respected, and people were kind of abusive and restraining them, like restraining, what do you call it, like what's the right word,
Yeah.
whatever happened previously. So I would say the best thing to do is to just follow whatever they say, and to honor them. I would say it's a good gesture to come out and do the same thing, like maybe clapping, or like what you did in UK. People
I
were
was
doing
thinking
there.
something along the lines of drumming. You know, we have a lot of dole drums in Pakistan, and anyone can drum. You know, you don't even have to have a dole drum. You can get a pot and a pan and a spoon,
Oh, I
and we
lost
can
you
do
again.
like a drumming for the
Oh,
for the doctors.
gosh.
Drumming.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. I got another call and now I can't hear
Okay, sorry. I'm going to
you.
remove you now. Thanks, Ali. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about today how we can honor, celebrate, and support Hamara frontline health workers in Pakistan. Let me know. I showed you a clip of some of the things that people are doing in the UK, and they're doing this clap for carers every Thursday night at 8 p.m. And I just think it would be wonderful for us as a country to come together and do this. So let me know what we can do. Tikanam. And I will try and get this off the ground. So I think we need a really good idea. I like the idea of perhaps drumming for doctors, or drumming for, it's not just doctors, it's the nurses as well. It's all the cleaners, the staff that are keeping the hospitals clean. What can we do to support and honor them? Let's go back to the question, the comments. Okay. Baba. Okay. Salam, I can teach you Urdu whenever you're ready, dear brother. About your question, the easiest way to respect our people workers is staying at home. Obviously, that's important, that we need to stay at home. That's a given. TK, we need to stay at home. But what can we do to, at least for the morale, for our country, for the morale of our nation? What can we do to come together as sort of ek log, ek people? Ayan, George, do you fast in Ramzan? I do occasionally. I don't fast the entire 30 days. I struggle sometimes, but yeah, I do certainly some of the fasts. Shakha Khan, clapping is just a public and social way of thanking. The real thanking is praying for them and giving them every type of support. Yeah, but I still think that Fakhr, obviously that is right. You know, we need to pray for them and give them every type of support. Lekin, I think merely clapping is a way of, or just doing something in public. It feels, it's important for the morale, for us to come together as one and to feel united as a country. Secondly, what it does is that I'm sure when you do a good job at work, you like to be praised or you like to be thanked. We are not very good in this country of thanking those who do a good job. And I think it's really important for us to acknowledge those that are not only doing a good job, but they're risking their lives. They're on the front line. They're coming into contact with COVID-19 patients, Rosanna, and they are, as a result, risking their lives. And I think it's really important for us to acknowledge that and show that. Faheen Nadeem, my sister's in the UK, she told me how they appreciate NHS every Thursday. Yeah. Stay at home, shop for your nearby key workers because they don't have time. Okay, that's a good idea, yeah. Don't come out. Yes, obviously, don't come out. That's important. I was about to say that all TV channels should call them in their show and just honor them. Yeah, I'm thinking, you see, that's about the TV channels. I'm thinking about us as a nation coming together. What can we do? Okay. Don't you feel like Ramzan this year would be different? Yeah, I think it'll be very different. Ramzan will be very different this year. Okay, Shazia is saying free hot meals and parking in the hospital for frontline workers would be nice. Ooh, yes, that would be nice. What about obviously with Ramzan, what about doing iftar for hospital workers? Getting iftar ready for hospital workers. That would be a nice gesture that we could perhaps look to do. Okay. Free hot meals and parking in the hospital. Yeah, but you're talking, Shazi, I think about the UK. Because obviously, we're talking about in Pakistan, what we can do to honor and support and celebrate the key frontline workers in Pakistan. Speaking of someone who spent 15 years working in the NHS, yes, obviously, hello. Shazi, if you want to join us, please let me know. You can more than welcome to come and join the show and tell me what you think we can do. Because today, Hamara topic is to how can we honor, celebrate, and support our frontline key workers in Pakistan. Yeah, so let's come back. Don't understand that. So, Tahira, Tufail, hello from Wellington. We can make posters of thank you and paste on our gates, windows, and government buildings and cars. That's a good idea, yeah. We can make a TV show to encourage health workers. Yeah, I think it's more than a TV show that is needed. We can. Okay. I don't think any medical professional will risk eating anything from unknown sources. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right, actually. I hadn't thought about that. With the iftar, we wouldn't want to give them something from an unknown source. Yeah, that's a very good point. So what else can we do? I like the idea of banging drums or dole drums or using pots and pans to make a noise, perhaps on Jumarat, and just coming together as one nation, instead of ek log, to come together as a time for morale, but also to come together in order to highlight and celebrate and support our health workers. We can make videos to appreciate them and let them know that we love them because they are our right soldiers. We can also send them gift boxes. Government should pay them bonuses. I like the idea of making them videos that we can just send to them. Shazia is saying, petition for a pay rise in the public sector in Pakistan. A regulated, larger and better trained public healthcare workforce would be key. They would feel appreciated and keen to stick to the public sector. Yeah, Shazia, I completely agree with you, but I think we're now going into the realm of public health policy. I'm looking at more of a thing that ordinary people can do, because that is something that unfortunately we'll have to take up with government and with political parties, and that's something that will take some time. I'm thinking of something we can do immediately, and it'd be to acknowledge and celebrate and to honor those in our healthcare services. Ayan, what is your real name? My real name is George Fulton. I don't know where you're coming from. Okay. Just came back from running 2K towards the 5K for NHS. Yes, for staff of Karachi. Great way to stay active and healthy. Yeah, so this is another initiative that the UK is doing. And in fact, I'm going to share my screen again. This is something my wife did yesterday, my very talented and clever wife. So she wrote this yesterday. Today I ran for the country that adopted me 5 years ago, and for all their frontline health workers in the NHS who are working hard to keep my friends and family in the UK safe. 5K done, £5 donated to Run for Heroes. So, so this is a really good initiative that they're doing in the UK, and it's essentially where everybody is running for Heroes, for the NHS staff, and all the money goes to NHS charities. They're running 5 kilometres, they're donating £5, so a very affordable amount, and then they're nominating 5 people. And this is a wonderful initiative that people, again, as a country, the UK is all coming together to support their frontline workers. This is a charitable donation activity through running, and it's affordable for everyone, and they're then getting healthy in the process, and they're doing it obviously by maintaining social distancing, and then they're nominating 5 people. And I think this is a wonderful activity that people are doing. And I'm just going to share you the site if anyone wants to donate to this fantastic organization. It's called Run for Heroes. And they started, it's really interesting, they started with a target of £5,000, and they got that within 4 days. And then they upped this to 5 million. And now they're, not, as you can see here, they're at 96% of their target already. I mean, that is fantastic, 96%. And all of this is going to the NHS charities together. So what can we do in Pakistan to do something similar in order to support, celebrate, and thank our frontline workers? Let me know. Cool. And we've got a guest coming on. Let's see who it is. Abid, Assalamu alaikum. Hello, Abid. Can you hear me? Hi. I can't hear you, Abid. Okay, can you call back? Try and call back and we can bring you into the show. Okay, we have Warda saying we can share a photo of health workers you know on social media using the hashtag #ThankHealthHero. Yeah, but also I don't want this to be too engagey. I think it needs to be something that everyone can do. You know, from the ordinary guy on the street to every class of society. It needs to be something that, you know, every person, so that we feel united as a country. That is my passion. My aim is to unite Pakistan, because we are better when we're together. We are stronger when we're together. And I think that as a nation, we are often too divided. we're too split, we're too fractured, and sometimes we seem to only ever come together during cricket matches and war against India, and we need to be coming together at a time like this, in a crisis like this. So let me know what we can do. Okay, so yeah, but it's a good idea. I'm not dismissing it. Thanks, Health Hero. Make sure to personalize your message and explain why they are Health Hero. Who started this hashtag to acknowledge the efforts of the health workers around the globe? Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Wada. That's great. Syndicate Ali says we can get on our balconies and play dole, which would be quite convenient because almost every household has a dole. I'm going to try this. I think this is the idea. As I said, banging drums and dole for doctors. You know, I think we can do this. Dole drums for doctors, and you don't even have to have a dole. You know, if you don't have a dole, you can bang pots and pans. Everyone has a pot and a chamcha in their thing, and I want this to be something that we can do to take off. The question is, what time should we do it, and on what day? Tika, is Jumarat a good time? Is Juma Adin a good day? Now that we're in Ramzan, is it a particular time that we should do it to celebrate and acknowledge it? And then let's get this going. Tika na, okay? Okay, let me know. Okay. All right, Shaz is saying, sorry, I'm being political, but a lot of talk in the UK about how, although the campaigns are lovely, we need public health policy changes to really show appreciation. Same here. Yeah, we need to use our voice and foot to push governments to show their appreciation for frontline workers by making a permanent change in their pay and working conditions. I agree completely, and I think that it is even more of a problem here amongst government hospitals. But I'm thinking that is, as I say, a public health policy decision, and we can do it at a time of elections and debate and discuss those policy changes that are required at election time. But for the time being, I think still it's nice and good for us as a nation to come together and acknowledge those that are working hard for us. We as people need to push the government. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Ali Rash Khalid, I think someone who may have followers like you, Shanir, or Wasim Bai and Iqra, should come outside and gather people who can help clean the city, especially hospitals and surrounding area, to honor frontline heroes. Okay. Okay. That's an interesting one. Although we shouldn't be getting outside too much. And obviously it's going to be difficult to get people outside for too long during Ramzan because of the heat. From my mum, we can make them Ramzan packages or gifts to raise their spirits and help with morale. Zara, that's a good idea. We had that as a suggestion earlier, you know, perhaps making them iftar for them. But as someone, I think it was Salman, mentioned, it's going to be difficult because people don't want to receive at the moment gifts or food items from people that they don't know. And that is the problem, because of the health implications with that, is that we don't really want to be receiving button and packages from people that we do not know how they've been cooked and whether they are free of COVID-19. So that is the slight problem. We have that. George, please answer me. Yeah, I've answered you, I think. We can get on our backs and play dole, which would be very convenient because almost everyone. Yeah, I think this is the great idea, Syndicate Ali. Okay, I think this is the one. We can help them by staying negative. Yeah, absolutely. Staying at home and staying negative. That's the best thing we can do. I can't join broadcast. Try, guys. This is the stream. If you want to stream, this is the stream. Yeah, but food is supposed to be safe once heated. That's why food delivery is allowed. No, but you don't know. That's not true. There's a big problem with in one of the countries, I can't remember which one, but with a Domino's pizza delivery person infecting quite a few people because he had COVID-19. So it's not about the food, it's about the box being touched by a delivery person that has COVID-19 or the guy preparing food having that. So that's the problem. So sorry, Midad, that's not right. Anyway, I just want to talk to you about that. There was another wonderful thing that they've done in the UK, and I want to talk to you about this. This is a really lovely thing. Let me just see if I can bring this in. Hold on. This is a guy called Captain Tom Moore, and he is 99 years old. He was in the war, Second World War, and he. Let me just put it on this first. He has wanted to raise money for NHS, and he did laps for 100 laps for the NHS. Here it is.
Good luck, Captain Tom.
So he's 19 years old, started with a modest target of £1,000, and he was wanted to do 100 laps of his garden. He raised almost 12 million, and he got a Guard of Honor from the army as he approached.
And here he comes, Captain Tom Moore, approaching his 100th birthday. 100 laps of his garden during lockdown. All of the money going to NHS charities. A Guard of Honour from the 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment. Inches to go, and there he is. Congratulations. Well done.
I think it's absolutely fantastic sum of money. We would never imagine that sort of money. It's unbelievable that people would be so kind to give that sort of money to the National Health Service, and maybe I was responsible for starting it, but not deliberately. It was purely showing gratitude for what they've done for me.
There you go. So, okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm back. So that was Captain Tom, and he set out to raise £1,000. He ended up raising £12 million by making 100 laps of his garden, and he got a Army Guard of Honor. So that's another thing that people are doing. So what can we do here in order to support our healthcare workers and our frontline workers? I've got Saad on here. Hello, Saad, are you there?
Yes, I am here. How are you, George?
Good. And we got Ashas. Hello?
Hello, George.
Hi. So Saad and Ashas, we can't see you. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Karachi.
Saad, you're from Karachi, and Ashas?
I'm from Karachi. I'm Ashas.
You're a what?
I'm from Karachi as well.
Gotcha. Okay, and what do you guys do?
I'm a filmmaker.
Okay. So what do you think we can do to help celebrate, honor, and acknowledge the frontline workers in Pakistan? Because I think we need to come together as a country. This is an unprecedented crisis in my lifetime. And I think what I see in the UK is that they're really coming together as a country around the NHS and supporting that. What can we do here in Pakistan to come together to support the frontline workers?
We should donate. For starters, I believe we should first.
Sorry, Saad, you go first. Saad, you go first.
Yeah. For starters, I believe we should first try to convince our government to increase our health budget, And I know this is a very cumbersome process. It's not something that you would expect to get in the emergency case, but I think that's what we should strive for. And because
that noise?
where is it coming from? It's not from me.
Okay.
Actually, I'm playing a game too now.
Okay, well, Asas, please, if you're not okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. So Saad, yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we should, I think, first try for increasing health expenditure, because if you look at the numbers going in, I think the numbers for, if you compare the numbers for the defense expenditure, not going against anyone, not going against any stakeholder, but just saying this for the sake of an argument. If you look at the numbers for defense, and if you compare them with the expenditure that the government spends on health, I think they're just two poles apart. And if we're expecting,
I completely agree with you on that. As a nation, we pay less than 3% of our GDP on healthcare, and compare that to most other nations on Earth, it is criminally low. And as you rightly point out, a lot of our money goes instead to support a rather large state within a state called the military. Now, that needs to change, and I don't want to get into the politics of that, because that is, that's deals with politics. And as we know, the first thing we all tend to do in a situation like this is blame the government, or ask, we become helpless victims that we want the state, or the Maharaja, or the head of the government, the king, whatever you want, to help us. We need to be empowered ourselves as to what we can do to help these people, or to even not help them, just acknowledge and support them. That's what I'm trying to get at with this.
Well, George, by profession, I'm an equity research analyst, and basically what we do is largely based on the economy, right? So my point of view with regards to what you've said is that if we want economic empowerment to really get into the masses, we need to support industries right now, because if there's unemployment, there will be more poverty, and if there will be more poverty, there will be more people on the streets. You can't stop people. So when more people will go flood the streets, and especially in a place like ours, where we're fifth largest population in the world. So what that will happen, it'll do is it'll just increase the magnitude of what we're facing right now. So I believe the government, I think, is working on the right path. They're with the partial lockdown. However, I feel we're sort of in the catch-22 situation right now, from the government's perspective.
Yeah, I understand. Obviously, there is a catch-22. Do you have lockdown and save lives, or do you have no lockdown and have a lockdown and save lives, but ruin the economy and perhaps cause economic detriment to people? Or do you have no lockdown and have an economy that works, but at the same time spreads the virus? It is a catch-22 situation. And unlike, I think, the West, where they perhaps can support financially those people that have lost their jobs or are facing economic hardship, here it is a matter of life and death as well for those daily workers that lose their jobs or aren't getting food on the table, because it means food for these people. Let me bring in Asas now. Asas. Hello. Asas? No, he's not with us.
Sorry,
are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, George.
So, but what I was talking about today was more as a symbol that we can come together and feel that we are acknowledging those people who are putting their lives at risk on the front line, and at least just showing some kind of gratitude and thanks for what they're doing. And that's what I was wanting to sort of get at with that. Hello?
Yeah, well, my point of view in all of this is obviously we live in a capitalist environment, and the best way of sort of rewarding all the health workers is I think the best way is through passing them the monetary benefit of contributing to the nation in such a tough time. So, like I mentioned earlier, we need to at least convince our government that health numbers should be a lot higher than they are right now. And like I said, at the
Yeah,
moment,
that's a
yeah,
given. That's a given, yeah. But where are we going to get this money from? Because at the moment, we have, in the last 2 years of this government, he has really, the Imran Khan government has sort of squeezed the salaried class. I've paid a lot in taxation, but there seems to be a lot of people that are still able to avoid taxation, whether it be agricultural landowners, the Wadiras, whether it be a lot of rich industrialists that have managed to squirrel away their money in tax havens and so on and so forth. So how do we get that money for these people? Because you can't carry on squeezing the 3 or 4 million salaried class people in Pakistan in order to support the rest, because they'll move away, or will just increase the brain drain, because we can't. They need to make money as well.
well, do you want the short-term answer or the long-term answer for this?
Okay, give me the short term, and if I need more information, I'll ask for the long term.
Well, the short-term answer is basically to increase the tax base. Like you just rightly pointed out, the tax base of our economy is terrorously low as compared to even our regional countries like India and Bangladesh.
Yeah,
So, like when the government came into power, they did try to uh, eat the poison pill and get more people to contribute to the national exchequer, but that hasn't really contributed in the way it was supposed to, because even right now, if you look at the numbers, I believe there are around 2.5 million active taxpayers in Pakistan, which is still very low compared to our total population. Well,
yes, 1% of the
uh,
population.
yeah, well, you see, the problem lies not whether the salaried people are paying their taxes. The problem lies whether the middlemen are paying their taxes or not. Because I was looking at some numbers the other day, and as it happens, these middlemen contribute around 60% to the overall GDP, to the overall economy, right? And the contribution to tax that they make is around 20%. So basically, what and the government is looking at this. The presentation I was looking at was of from the Ministry of Finance, right? So I think the best way to go forward from here is to sort of mobilize the middlemen, and the government is trying to sort of do that. But this was pre COVID-19,
Yeah,
and at the moment, with funds squeezing and the government expected to make more contributions in terms of the social and health expenses, I don't think we'll see much progress in this regard for this year. But I'm hopeful that the government is working on this, because you see, I think it wouldn't be fair for to compare the government's performance in of how they manage the situation in COVID-19, right? So we have to, I think, provide them some leeway for that. But I think the government is on the right track, and uh, yeah. So I can also give you the long-term answer if you have time.
now, I just wanted to clarify. What do you mean by middlemen?
Yes, middlemen, for example, just take the example of the cement industry, right?
Yeah,
So, what happens is the cement manufacturers, basically, there's a large proportion of cement that goes to cement dealers, right? And then these cement dealers pass on, and then these cement dealers pass on the cement that they have to basically all the construction companies. And yeah, so basically these dealers are not contributing as much as they should to the national exchequer. And what the government basically did to maximize the tax revenue from these people was to impose this condition of presenting their NIC for every purchase of in excess of 50,000 rupees, right? For which obviously the government got a lot of criticism for, and these people basically sort of shut down themselves because they weren't ready to document themselves, because the first step is basically documentation, and once the government identifies these people who aren't contributing as much as they should, then they'll go after them. So basically they've received a lot of flack for it, and as much because you see our GDP growth has been crumbling ever since the government has taken office. So the government was basically forced to take back this bill, sort of a bill. Well, it wasn't a bill; it was you could say temporary sort of an arrangement. But they've taken it back. I think they took it back in January to so that economic growth could be resumed.
Okay, Sard, yeah, really, I don't want to get too much bogged down into the detail of this, but thank you very much for calling in, and I really appreciate your suggestions on what we can do. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me, George.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye. Let's bring in KB Education. How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. You okay, brother?
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Luton, from UK.
Where?
UK. Luton, yeah.
Okay. And so what do you think we can do in Pakistan to celebrate Hamara frontline workers?
As I said earlier, first of all, shop for them, because many key workers, they do not have enough wages, or they don't have enough time, and their kids. And then when they go to schools, if you can reduce their children fees. If obviously schools has their expenses as well, but wherever possible, either they go for free, because there are so many private institutions as well, nurses and everything. They're working, or they are working for a very low wage. So help them, their children to learn, help them in shopping, and then obviously staying home is a great idea as well. And then respect them. If you look at this, yesterday I was watching a video. Someone stopped, a police constable stopped someone, and the boy and his friends beaten up him. He is not stopping you because, sorry?
Oh no, because
yeah, I mean, they're stopping you to protect you. It's not their benefit or something. So respect them is the more important thing, and then financially, wherever it's possible, the law allow you help them.
Yeah.
And similarly, when they go on shopping, so if you're going in and they come, let them go first to shop, and if possible for shopkeepers, because shopkeepers are from us as well, give them on a reduced price. So for example, if something is 10 rupees, give them for in 8 pounds, 8 rupees, sorry.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you very much, KB. And why are you KB Education?
Because I'm a private tutor. I teach. I'm ready to teach you Urdu as well someday.
Oh, please. Really?
You know, you are, mashallah, a very inspiring person. In my Urdu students in UK, I showed your video to them and I said, look, he's white. If he can try to learn, you are brown kids. You are British, no doubt, but you brown as well. So Urdu is in your blood. So if he can try, especially, you know, kids really like your and Shanira's video of vegetables and fruits, etc. And yeah, alhamdulillah, they learn a lot from you. And then I'm ready to teach you as well if you want to learn more.
I'd love to. Perhaps we can set up a Zoom time for class.
Yeah, whenever you have time, just give me a. I can leave my number down there, and then whenever you have time, you can text me and we can arrange something.
What I'll do is I'll tell you what. I'll send you my email address. It's george.fulton@gmail.com. How about that?
Sure.
George.fulton@gmail.com. Great. Okay. Thank you, Kambi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Right. The best thing we can do is follow lockdown rules strictly and self-quarantine, spread of the virus. Yes, absolutely. And protect the lives of the healthcare workers working in the front line. Yeah, absolutely. Even though I'm not in Pakistan, but I'm happy that they're fighting in front line. I think we should visit their homes and we should make their family, mum and dad, wife, husband, children proud. Yeah. Okay. Midat says, here in the US, they're urging people to get food delivery, though I still not try getting food from outside. I'm still not wanting to risk it, to be honest. I still feel that I'd rather, because I know the fact that the food I get in from the house, from the grocery store, we then put through a process of, putting in into Dettol and cleaning and sterilizing it, and then we leave it out for 24 hours, unless it's perishable, and then we go and eat it. So we're taking those precautions. I'm not sure if that's the case with the food delivery people. Anyway, that's all we probably have time for the show. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I think we have one great suggestion, which is perhaps getting dole drums and banging on the dole drums for a few minutes every day, for once a day, once a week, and perhaps we can get that going. I'll see if I can speak to friends in the media and celebrities, and we can try and get this as something to do on a weekly basis to support Hamara frontline workers. Is there anybody else writing in? Love to see you speaking Urdu with your Australian dude. Who's my Australian dude? I don't know who that is. Okay, great, thank you. Well, until tomorrow, we've got a educationalist on tomorrow's show, which should be very interesting, and I'll look forward to that. But until then, it is goodbye from me, and see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock, same time. Bye-bye.